morning, Year 7. Today I'm going to start you on a 4-week project. We're going to be using the knowledge that you built up last year about the proportions of a face. You're going to be using that in your memory, and you're also going to be looking at the photographs that you did last week and the week before on selfies, selfie filters. So I'm going to teach you in the next few weeks about adding tone to portraits, different types of tone. But this lesson is all about getting the proportions right, getting the face, the line drawing down first, and then next week and the weeks after I will take you through different ways of adding tone. The main thing I want you to be doing is drawing it as big as possible, so at least an A4 size like we've got here. You can do it on lined paper if you need to. You could use the back of a letter, the back of a bill. You don't need to do it on plain paper if you don't have plain paper. Likewise, preferably a pencil, a rubber and a pencil sharpener, but if you don't have those, and you could use a biro, you could use any kind of pen, anything that you can draw with, basically. Okay, so I'm going to start you off, and I will be demonstrating for you how to draw the line drawing of the portrait, and then so I want you to I'll be just chatting away, explaining it as I'm doing it. So I'm not going to draw this part of the photograph because that's really not part of the portrait. So I'm going to just start it at the top of the head. Now the top of the head, this central parting, the side parting on my hair, because my head's slightly to the side, it's in the middle. That is the centre of that square there, centre of that page. So you can see that's about the centre. So about the centre of my page that I'm drawing is here. I'm going to start at the top. So I'm going to just draw this side of my side part, my hair, coming down to the side, and then draw the other side coming down. And remember now, this face is on an angle, so the faces that you're used to drawing were straight on, and you drew a centre line down the centre of a nose before, so I'm drawing that centre line down, but it's at an angle, like I say, and the eyebrows and the eyes are also at an angle. Notice that I draw that line for the eyes as a curve, because your face is not flat, it's curved, isn't it? So we've got that central line, and you have to keep touching these phones to keep them going. Remember what you learnt about there being an eye width in between the eyes, so it's not as skinny between here as you remember. Press on really lightly to begin with. Now, because my selfie picture has sunglasses on, I might next week when I'm doing you the demonstration, I'll probably do a different one so that you can see me drawing a face without sunglasses, but for today I'm doing these sunglasses. So where you've got eyes, obviously you're going to draw the eyes in. So I'm going to get that shape of those sunglasses into there, and you can see that I'm continually assessing, making them equal against each other. And so far I haven't made any mistakes, but the second you start seeing something going off in the wrong angle, then you can rub it out and make those changes. I'll get that hairline. Remember, the hairline makes a big difference because it stops you looking like a weird alien. So there's the side of my hair coming down there, and the side of that side, which is off at that angle. And I'm going to draw in the ear. I've drawn that line across there so you can see those ears match up. And my ear, you can hardly see the side of that ear, so just outside the other side of the cheekbone, and you can see my hair behind. And my fabulous selfie filter, which has given me a beard and moustache thanks to my fabulous Year 10 son. Okay, so I draw in my very square jaw that I've been given by my selfie filter. again, I've done that's at an angle. It's going across at an angle because I'm not straight on, I'm going off at an angle. And that other ear, keep it in the same place as the one on the left, but I can see more of this ear. And now here I've started to make a mistake, so you can see that I realise this needs to be wider than I've drawn it, so I'm now going to draw it the correct width. I'm about the wrong one. So if you make any mistakes, it doesn't matter, just change them as you're doing them. Okay, so now the nose is really helped in this photograph because of those sunglasses. Remember I taught you how to draw the bottom of the nose like a little upside down M shape. And then I've got these lines that are coming out the side here, my big smile that's been added by this fabulous moustache that I seem to have grown. So my mouth, remember your mouth is a lot bigger than your nose. Most people, the common mistakes are mouths are drawn smaller than their nose. So I get my big mouth in there, and that fabulous moustache, I shall put my moustache in. Let's get that moustache drawn in there, brilliant. And my beard, yes, just what I've always wanted. And I've also got beard coming under here as well. Now then, the teeth, that's a little trickier bit to do. I would tend to just get an idea of the teeth rather than drawing them in all the teeth separate, because then you tend to look a little bit like you're a scary vampire. So give them an idea of the teeth rather than putting all of those teeth in. Now I just drew the lips a little bit rough, so I'm just going to rub those out. So I just lost my photograph, there we go. Okay, where am I? So now do not forget to put in your neck and your shoulders, because you've not a floaty head floating off in the distance without a neck and shoulders, which is a common mistake that a lot of people will do. So I get that, my hair's tied up, get that shoulder in. Okay, so that's me plotting it out. I'm going to now sort of just have a little look at, see if there's anything that I need to change about what I've done. I could do tidying up those eyebrows a little bit, get those drawn in. So what quite often people will do is they will do lots of little lines, which I have done initially, but you need to just get rid of the ones that you're not using, get the correct ones drawn in. Now there's also, which will look quite nice if you draw it, a bit of a reflection going on in these glasses. So we have to draw that in there as well. What else? Top of that lip needs more definition because it's looking a bit much like the moustache. But I don't want at this point you to be adding any tone into there, so you just get it pretty much like this as a line drawing. Just going to add some bits of that silly beard that my filter has put onto me. Okay, that's about it for now. So that's this week. So by the end of this week's lesson, I want you to have mapped out a nice simple line drawing of the portrait that is on your selfie that you want to turn into a tone drawing. And next week I will be talking to you about how to look at adding the tone. See you next week.